Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so with the launch of Witch Queen came the introduction of some new Nightfall weapons. Well, I say new, but in reality, they're just old weapons being brought back. But nonetheless, one of those new weapons this season is Duty Bound. Now, when I first got this weapon to drop, I didn't think much of it, you know? It seemed alright, but then I looked at the perks it could get, and oh boy, am I glad that I did. This weapon has a fantastic perk pool for general play and high-level in-game content, but there's a specific perk combination that is excluding those other fantastic perks that literally turns it into sweet business. You know, the exotic AR that just literally never runs out of ammo that you just keep shooting. And well, I'm deeming that roll the God roll, as it literally enables this weapon to shoot something like 300 plus bullets before having to reload. Yes, I said 300 plus, and it's pretty insane. So in this video, we're gonna take a look at Duty Bound, how to acquire it, also how to get one for free if you didn't know, and the best perks, aka the God roll. But before we get started, if you're new and only if you enjoy my videos or find them useful, then feel free to subscribe. I'd appreciate it. Also, link below to G Fuel's website, where code myfi will currently get you 30% off. They have a new Naruto collab, and I mean, just look at the tub. Look at it. How can you not want this? Okay, plugs done, let's get into it. So first off, Duty Bound is a 600 RPM adaptive frame kinetic auto rifle that, like I mentioned, is acquired via Nightfall strikes. Now, of course, the Nightfall weapons are on a weekly rotation, and at the time of this video going up, Duty Bound is available. The higher difficulty Nightfall you do, the better chance you have of it dropping for you. And with that being said, this means for solo players, Hero is where you want to be. It's the highest level Nightfall available with matchmaking. Also wanted to mention that as of last week, there is a seasonal challenge that when you complete a Nightfall strike on Hero or higher will award you with whatever Nightfall weapon is currently available. So if you didn't do that last week, this is a perfect week to do it, as you'll get a free Duty Bound. Now, normally I would give kind of my first impressions here at this point in the video with my actual thoughts at the end, but I'm just gonna save it all for the end once we go over the perks. So first up, because this is a Nightfall weapon, it does have multiple origin perks that are selectable. First is Stunning Recovery, which states stunning a champ partially refills your magazine, triggers health regeneration, and improves recovery for a short duration. Then the other origin perk, Vanguard's Vindication, which just gives you a small amount of health on final blows. These are great origin perks. Stunning Recovery will be amazing for high level content, and Vanguard's Vindication for general play, but I could also see it being useful for high level content. I mean, just free health on kills, who doesn't like that? All around, some amazing origin perks. Now for column 1, where you'll find 9 barrel options: Arrowhead Break, Chambered Compensator, Corkscrew Rifling, Extended Barrel, Fluted Barrel, Full Bore, Hammer Forged Rifling, Polygonal Rifling, and Small Bore. Now shout out to all the controller users that watch my videos, because you all have informed me that just straight up stability perks, you know, perks that only give stability and nothing else on ARs, aren't really needed. So with that information, my number one pick is going to be Small Bore for some stability with some range, and my second pick being Extended Barrel for some range with recoil direction control to help it shoot more vertically. Then for M&K, whatever has range. I like perks like Full Bore and Extended, as you all know, but if it has range, then great. Next up, column 2, you have 7 options: Accurized Rounds, Appended Mag, Tactical Mag, Extended Mag, Steady Rounds, Alloy Mag, and Flared Magwell. Now for this column, you have 2 options: Appended Mag for the normal God roll, or Extended Mag for the Giga Chad God roll. I'll explain what I mean by that in just a second. Appended Mag is going to take the base mag of 41 to 47 and extended to 49. Now, if you're wondering about Accurized, well, you could go for it if you're going for just the normal God roll, but base range on this weapon is already pretty good, so even if you are doing that, I don't really see the need for it, and I think a mag perk would benefit you more. Okay, now for the juicy columns, and I am rubbing my hands right now, boys, let me tell you. Column 3, where you'll find 6 perks: Steady Hand, Stats for All, Perpetual Motion, Zen Moment, Triple Tap, and Compulsive Reloader. Now you're probably thinking that I'm gonna sit here and recommend Stats for All and Perpetual Motion, and can I just say, you're absolutely right. Now, Stats for All and Perpetual do overlap in a lot of their abilities, so it really comes down to whichever one you like more. I personally like Stats for All, as the stat bumps it provides are higher than Perpetual, and I don't think the activation is as bad as some people make it out. You literally just shoot 3 separate enemies, not, you know, kill, just shoot and hit them, and you get a boost to range, stability, and handling. But those are the normal god roll perks. The Giga Chad perk for this column is triple tap. Rapidly land 3 precision shots and you get a shot back. It sounds all right until we calculate in a perk from column 4, which we're about to do right now. In column 4, you have 6 options. One for all, Vorpal Weapon, Frenzy, Rampage, Dynamic Sway Reduction, and 4 times the charm. I'm not gonna lie, all right? This is a very stacked column. You got one for all, you got Vorpal, you got Frenzy, and you got Rampage. All very, very good damage perks. Now, I know that I'm about to offend some of you by what I'm about to say, but go ahead, take Rampage and yeet it out the window. It's just pointless when you have One For All. One For All is a higher damage buff, 35% versus 33% on Rampage, and it doesn't require kills. Just hit 3 targets, even if they're immune, and you're good. And I know Rampage can be refreshed while it's active, but with One For All having a 10-second timer and the activation requirement being so easy, I mean, just spray into a crowd of enemies and you're good. I just don't see a point to go with Rampage. Next up, we have Frenzy. And well, I personally don't like it over One For All for like general play. In-game content's a little bit different, but I know some people do. So if you do, then I'd recommend it with Perpetual Motion. Normally, if you're in combat, which you need to be for Frenzy to proc, then you're probably also moving around, which will then proc Perpetual. That combo is going to grant you a boost to reload, handling, and stability, along with a 15% damage increase. Now for Vorpal. Well, you all know how I feel about Vorpal on a primary. It's only really good if that primary also has barrier mods that season, as it'll break the barrier shield faster. Besides that, at what point are you going to be damaging something that Vorpal would actually affect with your primary? Oh yeah, that's right, you're not. You're going to switch to your heavy or special. I'm not saying Vorpal is bad, but with ARs being unstoppable this season, I just don't see a point in going for Vorpal currently, at least. Maybe in the future, who knows? And then we have One For All, good for both general play and in-game content, and when you pair it with Stats For All, you're in for a very good time. So in my opinion, Perpetual with Frenzy for high level content, and Stats For All and One For All for general play, but can also be used in high level content. I wouldn't use Frenzy over One For All in general play, but for high end content, well, I could see you using both roles and being just fine. Now, there's still one perk left that I wanted to talk about, and that is the Giga Chad perk for this column. 4 times the charm. You probably noticed that this weapon has triple tap and 4 times the charm, but they're not in the same columns, which normally they are, meaning that they can be used at the same time. When they are paired up with extended in column 2, as long as you're hitting precision shots, you can go through and wait for it over 300 rounds without reloading. Now, I'm gonna be upfront. I don't have this role, and I don't know anyone that does have this role. I've seen one clip of someone using this role with both perks and the extended mag combination, and if I can find it, well, I'll have it up on screen now. Hell, you all might even be watching it as I'm saying this. It's literally insane. Like, do you see that? And I don't care who says, well, that's not a practical role. And listen, all right, I'm not disagreeing with you, but at the same time, it's the Giga Chad roll, and I won't be told otherwise. As long as you can get precision shots, you'll probably, honestly, never reload this weapon. When I first tried Duty Bound, I didn't really like it, but after using it for a while, it's really grown on me. With its really good perk pool and multiple really good origin perks, it's up there for one of the best 600 RPM autos. And if you're going for that triple tap 4 times a charm roll, which I personally think is the only roll you should go for on this weapon, because there's other autos out there with Stats For All, with One For All, that in my opinion are better, just a better archetype like 720s. But if you are going for that triple tap 4 times the charm roll, I think it's probably the best 600 in the game that's in the Kinetic slot. It has a good sight, does good damage, handles really well, and I know like I'm not being super in depth here. I'm just saying, oh yeah, it does good damage, but I'm not gonna sit here and give you out like the DPS numbers on a primary weapon, all right? Primaries are ad clear weapons, and Duty Bound does that gloriously. Remember, 300 plus rounds without having to reload. But that is Duty Bound, how to get it, and it's God roll / Giga Chad roll. In my opinion, probably one of the coolest weapons in the game. Now, before you head out, let me know what rolls you've managed to get down in the comment section. Have you got the triple tap 4 times the charm? Honestly, if you have, go down to the Enclave where the shooting range is, where you can get a bunch of precision hits, and like tweet me a video of you just standing there shooting. I just want to see how long that it would take to run out of ammo. Like, I'm genuinely curious. If you have have that roll, please send me a video of you just hitting non-stop crits and just let the video roll for however long it takes. I genuinely want to know. Also, let me know what you think about Duty Bound. I'm curious what you all got to say, especially you controller players, because apparently 600s are very, very popular on controllers. So let me know down below. With all that being said, drop a like if you enjoyed the video, and I will catch you all in the next one. Peace.